What is up, guys, and welcome to another edition of the Market Marauder Show, beating the market one trade at a time. Hope everybody's having a great week out there. Still in the midst of a relatively large market sell-off, so hopefully everybody's able to still lock in some profits for this week. I know it's been crazy movement in the market overall. I've been looking at it myself, but going to be going over some penny stocks today. So this is going to be another episode of Penny Party, basically where I just explain some of the penny stocks that I'm watching and some of the price targets that I think they can get to. So if that is something you're interested in, make sure that thumbs up. Definitely helps the YouTube algorithm promote the videos. All right, so let's jump into it. So first one we have on here is ticker sign REI. And they ended the week at $2.55. Then after hours, they went up 2 cents and at 2.57. Overall, still bullish on the name. Moving average 10 is above 50 and 100, and VWAP is above moving average 10. So the VWAP line is this lime green line. Moving average 10 is this red line, and then on the chart on here we have the 50 and 100, which is this yellow line, and then the purple line is the 100. So for me, the indicators that I use is that the moving average 10 is above 5100 and VWAP above moving average 10. I would say that in that case, both of my metrics are positive, and then it will be considered bullish. So if the reverse is true, then it's bearish in my opinion. But we'll get into that later on when we look at some more stocks. They will have to touch or test this $2.84 level for next week. But overall, still bullish in my opinion. Looks like it had a little nice rally after hours, so going to be keeping this one on my radar for next week. Next up, we have ticker sign CVE. So they ended the week at 821. After hours went up 19 cents to end at 840. Had a week high of $8.33. So they ended on a new weekly high of 840. So definitely going to be looking at this one for an early morning mover on Monday when the market opens. A lot of positive news on this one, in my opinion. But moving average 10 is above 50 and 100, and VWAP is above moving average 10. So they had this 19-cent rally after hours, which I think was pretty fantastic, setting this new week high. So they're going to be opening on Monday at a new week high of $8.40. So definitely going to keep a close eye on ticker sign CVE. Next, we have ticker sign SWN, which is bearish. Moving average 10 is below 50 and 100. VWAP is above moving average 10, though, so positive on one indicator, negative on the other indicator. But overall, I would say that it's still bearish in my personal opinion. They did end on a positive note, though, ending 3 cents above close to end the week at $3.99. But they will have to go back once becoming bullish or starting a bullish uptrend and test this 408 level at this moving average 50. So hopefully there'll be some more volume surrounded by this, and VWAP will shoot back up. Then I'm going to be looking at this 408 level for a next test. Now, this is from the perspective of Webull. If you'd like to sign up for Webull and get 2 free stocks when you deposit $100 or more, I have a link down below where you can do so. Also, you do not have to sign up for Webull in order to use their charts. So if you just go to Webull.com, I'm using the 30-minute chart interval, and then VWAP 14, moving average 10, 50, and 100. And those can all be located in this indicators tab right here. So if you like to set up a chart like this, those are the indicators that you should use. Next up, we have ticker sign PTEN, which is bullish. Moving average 10 is above 50 and 100. We can see VWAP is barely above moving average 10, but it is above. They had a week high of $9.31. Then went up 4 cents after hours to end at 9.35. So definitely a lot of movement to end the week on this name. Going to be looking to see where it goes for next week, since it set a new high at 9.35 to begin next week for trading. So there are some deals out there still to be made in the market, even though everyone else is still selling off. So definitely going to be looking at ticker sign PTN for next week. Next up, we have ticker sign SUP. And we can see that they are bullish. Moving average 10 is above 50 and 100, which seem to be converged at the $6.01 level. But moving average 10 has gone above. VWAP is below moving average 10, but going to be looking to see how that performs for next week. They did have a week high of $6.62, ended the week at $6.56. Then after hours went down to 6.20, so a 36 cent decrease after hours, which is pretty significant, but it's not below this 601 level where this moving average 10, moving average 50 and 100 is beginning to converge. So I would say overall still bullish on the name, but going to be looking at this one to see if that can go back up for Monday. Next up, we have ticker sign OSG, which is bullish. Moving average 10 is above 50 and 100. VWAP is above moving average 10. So both indicators are positive. They did have a week high of 241. Ended the week at 237 and then rallied 7 more since then at 244. So they're going to be starting the week as well with a new week high. So going to be looking to see how they perform for next week. Nice little pattern setting up on here. So it's a nice little rally beginning that I like to see just in the chart analysis perspective. So we can see on here that 244 metric is pretty significant. So hopefully it'll be some more early morning momentum coming from this 244 close. Next up, we have ticker sign HLX, which had a week high of $5.93. Overall bullish though, moving average 10 above 50 and 100. VWAP is below moving average 10. And then they ended 2 cents below their close to end at 283. So there might be some more oscillatory range or oscillation going on with this stock in general. So just be wary of that because VWAP seems to be kind of stagnant. It's not really going up like the other charts were. So VWAP being sideways may be a little bit of oscillation. So if you're not familiar with that term, just basically means that between two ranges, the stock's going to bounce up and down between those two ranges, which to me is going to be this 593 level to at the bottom right here 530 even. So I think if we can see it's kind of begin to do that. So if VWAP can go back and cross this moving average 10, then I would say yeah, it's going to potentially be on a breakout to go through this week high. But if not, and VWAP continues to be below moving average 10, then I'm going to be looking at the oscillatory range. Next up, we have ticker sign RES. So RES ended the week at $7.18, which is their week high, and then after hours went up to 42 cents in at 760. So definitely going to be an early morning mover for Monday. This 42 cent increase range was definitely a very positive note to end the week on. They are bullish. Moving average 10 is above 50 and 100, and VWAP is above moving average 10. So definitely a very bullish pattern beginning to set up for this one, and a lot of momentum in the after hours is always good as well. Next up, we have ticker sign RIG, which is bullish. Moving average 10 is above 50 and 100. VWAP is above moving average 10. They did have a week high of $4.34, ending the week at 426, and then went 2 cents down after hours to end at 424. So overall, they've kind of been in a pretty decent range for quite some time. So they are beginning. I would say still in the oscillatory range. So if we see the high peak of that oscillatory range is about 434, and then the bottom peak being this 384 level. So if you look at the chart from about, I guess, the second all the way, it's been between those ranges for the past couple of days. So that's kind of what I mean when I say oscillatory range. Is where it fluctuates between this bottom and this top range, and that's just based on VWAP. So we see VWAP is kind of all over the place on this one, but if we take the tangential, which is just like the straight line of this VWAP, it's basically moving sideways and not really fluctuating too much. So maybe some more oscillatory range coming from this one. You can still make plays from oscillatory ranges if you know the peaks. So if 434 is the max and 383 or 384 is the low, then you may be able, or 370 is the low, then you can, be able to take advantage of that. If you see it go down to this 370 and it's been oscillating, then you know that it most likely will go up to some range around this 430 or this 423, 24 level. So just don't think if it's oscillating that it's bad. You could still take advantage of those situations. So just bear in mind, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you what stock to invest in, just giving you an outlook on what's out there in the market. So this is not financial advice, just for educational purposes. So next we have ticker sign EYES, which hit a week high of $9.89. Moving average 10 is above 50 and 100. VWAP is below moving average 10, so maybe some more oscillation on this name as well. They ended the week at $5.79. Went down 72 cents after hours to end at $5.07. So maybe a volatile downward trend beginning on this one. Seems to be a lot of selling off since it hit this 9.89 level. So I would definitely keep an eye on them because it seems like they fluctuate quite a bit. This fluctuation came in about the span of one day. So from one day it went like from 190, 183 all the way to $9.89. And then it's kind of gone back down since then. So definitely keep an eye on them. No pun intended, because they do fluctuate quite a bit. Next up, we have ticker sign SIFY, which had a week high of $5.25. Ended the week at 394. Then after hours went down 2 cents in at 392. Overall bullish though, moving average 10 above 5100, VWAP above moving average 10. So overall bullish on the metric though. I'm going to be looking to see how this performs for next week. Not really expecting too much as far as breakouts are concerned. A range that I would look for this one to go is probably be around the 420 level. Not really looking for it to hit this 520 level. So the next level I'll look at is the 420 level from this 392 where they ended. Next up, we have ticker sign WTI. Now they are bullish. Scroll the chart out some. Moving average 10 is above 50 and 100, which is the yellow purple line. They did hit a week high of $5, and then we can see that they ended the week at $4.58. Overall, they are still bullish though, but they ended 4 cents below to end at 4.54. So overall, still bullish on the name. Maybe some oscillation coming from this one as well. If we can see, this VWAP is pretty stagnant to end the week. So oscillatory range probably gonna be from this $5 to this $4 range. So between $5 to $4, probably gonna be an oscillatory range unless we can get this VWAP to begin to go back up. Next up, we have ticker sign HPR, which is bearish. Moving average 10 is below 50 and 100. VWAP is below moving average 10, so bearish on both metrics, in my opinion. We could see though that it's starting to run back up. So around the 4th, it started from this 712 level and it's gone all the way up to like this 919 level. Now we'll have to go through and break, this $9.55 level. So once that happens, a bullish pattern will begin. Now you can say a bullish pattern has already began, even though it's gone through here. But for me, I have to wait for the moving average 10 across the 50 and 100. That's just a rule that I have for looking at charts. You can do it whichever way that you like. Just for me, in the past, doing a lot of trading, once those confirmations happen, then I feel secure with going in and investing in the name. But if those aren't hit, if those indicators aren't hit, then I kind of stay away from it. But I still look at it and monitor it to see how it's performing, because it can spike up quite significantly. Going from here, this was the 4th to the 5th. Going from 712 to 919. It's pretty significant. You could have taken advantage if you were looking at this 712 level and you saw it start to go back up all the way to this $9 something level. You could have taken advantage on that one. But for me personally, I just don't look at those levels. So next one up, we have ticker sign WTTR, which is bullish. Moving average 10 is above 50 and 100. VWAP is above moving average 10, and it has a nice little rally that it's setting up. So it ended the week at 740. Which was this week high, ended at 738 to end the week, and then went up 11 cents after hours to end at 749. So definitely going to be an early morning mover on this name at 749, being a new weekly high. So definitely going to be looking at this one, especially since the moving average 50 and 100 are kind of converged at the 649 level, and it's basically a dollar above where it ended the week. So it's a dollar above the moving average 50 and 100, which I think is pretty fantastic for the name in general. But overall, going to be looking at it to see how it performs. Next up, we have ticker sign PLXP, which seems to be swinging back up. Moving average 10 is below 50 and 100. VWAP is below moving average 10, but still setting up to be a run up in the short term. I would still say the stock is bearish in my personal opinion, though. Even though it ended at 815, went down 3 cents in at 812. Going to be looking at this one to see if VWAP can start to go back up, and then we can see the moving average 10 cross the 50 and 100. Once I see that, that will be the confirmation for me that it is bullish. Next up, we have ticker sign NEX, which is bullish. Moving average 10 is above 50 and 100. VWAP is below moving average 10, but not too alarmed by that. We can see that's kind of how the pattern starts off. So hopefully on Monday it'll shoot back up. The VWAP will, and then we can see moving average 10 continue to go up. So the end of the week at 555, went down 3 cents to end at 525, but overall bullish on the name. Going to be looking to see if this 525 level can go back up and touch, if this 552 level where it ended the week can go back and test this 555 to continue their bullish uptrend. Next, we have ticker sign NNVC, which is bearish. Moving average 10 is below 50 and 100, but it looks like they're starting to climb back up. You know, stock ticker wise, the whole price has gone up to 530, which is above this moving average 50 line. No, above the moving average 100 line, which is purple line. Then next, they'll have to test this 550 level, which is this moving average 50 line. But overall, I would say they're still bearish, though. In my personal opinion, since the moving average 10 is below 50 and 100, bearish, but starting a bullish upward trend. So 530 is where they ended. After hours, they went to 525, so they went down 5 cents. But overall, going to be keeping a close eye on ticker sign NNVC. Next name we have is ticker sign VS for Versus Systems. Now they are bearish. Moving average 10 is below 50 and 100, but VWAP is above moving average 10. So it looks like there was some momentum coming towards the end of the day, where the stock shot up a little bit to end at 933. But the next level we're going to be looking at is this 958 level to see if it'll test that and become bullish. Next one is ticker sign BBD, which had a week high of $4.45. Ended the week at 440. Then went up 3 cents after hours, then at 443. So they're really only 2 cents away from their weekly high, but seems to be some stagnant sideways momentum going for this one, just based off the VWAP. Now the stock is bullish, moving average 10 above 50 or 100, but still some sideways momentum from this 445 level down to this 430 level. So overall, still stagnant. It is bullish, but it's still stagnant. In my personal opinion, I'm going to be looking to see if this can continue to go up as time goes on, if this VWAP can go back up instead of being sideways. Next up is ET. They are bearish. Moving average 10 is below 50 and 100. VWAP is below moving average 10. Going to be looking at this one though, since the moving average 50, 100, and 10 are so close together. It's not going to take much for this to begin a bullish breakout. So going to be looking at this one closely to see how it performs and if that VWAP can shoot back up. So it ended the week at 815. It went down 1 cent after hours to end at 814. But overall, these metrics are very close. So I think if it did begin a breakout, it wouldn't take much to hit those confirmations that I use. Next up, we have ticker sign CDEV. Now they are bullish. Moving average 10 is above 50 and 100. VWAP is above moving average 10. Seems like they fell off from this $6.08 high. So that was their week high, $6.08. They had that old dead cat bounce, which is where the stock falls down and then it bounces. They bounced off of the moving average 50 to then go shoot back up to $5. And then after hours went to 510. So 510 is where they ended, which is above this moving average 50 and 100. So they're still going to be bullish when the market opens. I'm going to see if this rally from 510 could continue, but they will have to test this $6.08 level for next week. Next up, we have ticker sign CLPS, which is bearish. Moving average 10 is below 50 and 100. VWAP is above moving average 10, so positive on the VWAP. Excuse me, but negative on the other metric. So we can see that they are bearish on the second metric. They're bearish overall for the stock. They did have a week high of $5.46. Ended the week at $4.27. But overall, still bearish for the name in general. They did have an 8-cent rally, so going to be looking to see how they perform on Monday. Next up is ticker sign SRNE, which is bearish. Moving average 10 is below 50 and 100. VWAP is below moving average 10, so bearish on both metrics, but looks like a bullish pattern as we get into setup. Ending the week at 888, then going 10 cents above to end at 898. So overall, seems like a bullish run up is beginning. Now they haven't hit my confirmations of the moving average 10 going above 50 and 100, but we can see that that bullish pattern is starting to begin. So definitely we'll keep a close eye on ticker sign SRNE. Next up, we have ticker sign AMPE, which is bearish as well. Moving average 10 is below 50 and 100. VWAP is above moving average 10, so maybe some more positive momentum coming from this name. They did end 6 cents above their close at $1.54. So that's pretty positive on that name as well. Going to be looking to see how they perform as the week goes on. Next is ticker sign NCIM, which is bearish. Moving average 10 is below 100. So even though it's above the 50, which is this yellow line, I would say it's still bearish because it's below the moving average 100 line, which is purple line. But overall, they did end at 475. Going to be looking to see how they perform for next week since they shot up above the moving average 100 at some point in time this week to hit at 476. But hitting at 475 for the week, which is slightly above their moving average 100. But closely going to be monitoring this for next week. Next, we have ticker sign AMPY, which is bullish. Moving average 10 is above 50 and 100. VWAP is above moving average 10. They did have a week high of 382, ending the week at 371, but going down 6 cents to end at 365. Overall, though, still bullish. Seems to be some more momentum coming from this one. VWAP starting to go sideways, so remember again, maybe some more oscillation from the name from this 382 level to down to this 335 level. So some more oscillation may be ahead from this one unless we can get this VWAP to shoot back up. Next, we have ticker sign GTB, which is bullish. Well, no, bearish. Moving average 10 is below 50 and 100, but starting to form a bullish uptrend. We can see that from this 391 level, they shot up all the way to 490. So that's basically a dollar difference. So they shot up about $1 throughout the week. So from the beginning of trading on the 5th, shot up all the way to 490. Overall, though, for my metrics on my indicators, they're still bearish. Going to be looking to see how it performs if this VWAP can shoot back up. The VWAP started to curl up, but it didn't really shoot back up significantly. But going to be watching this one closely. Ticker sign GTBP. And lastly on here we have ticker sign QEP, which hit a week high of 448 or 444. Excuse me. They are bullish though. Moving average 10 is above 50 and 100. They had a week high of 444. but ended the week at 428. But thing that's I think we should pay attention to is they ended at 35 cents above their close, then at 463. So they're going to be starting on a new weekly high, which is above their 444 metric. That was their week high beginning. So on Monday when the market opens, they're going to be starting from a new high position. So that's something that we definitely want to keep in mind when looking at the stock, is that they're going to be setting a new high for the week when the market opens on Monday. Overall, vwap is kind of stagnant from them, so this 463 may be a peak, so just bear that in mind. It may start at this 463 level and then go back down to this 426 level, so just be careful when looking at it with it setting its new week high. Alright, so that's been another episode of Pity Party. Make sure that thumbs up if these videos help you. I do have a Patreon page if you'd like to join, talk more about stocks, options, and Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. I have a link for that down below in the description if you guys like to sign up. And good luck to everybody out there trading this week. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.